In this series, you've seen how Microsoft OneDrive helps you store, organize, and share files. Now let's wrap up with a few simple tips and tricks to help you work faster and stay organized. You've probably used favorites before in your apps and File Explorer. We also have this option in OneDrive. So here I'll move to my Northwind folder, and I have Northwind Financials. This is something that I'm working on frequently, and I want to get to it without having to navigate into the folder. All I need to do is just hover over the file and click the star to make it a favorite. I'll do the same thing in the Chocolate Creations with that benefits file once again to star it. So when you have multiple folders and maybe subfolders, this can be a great way to bring these files out for easy access. Here, I'll go ahead and favorite this one as well. Now, where do I find these? On the left-hand side, simply choose Favorites. And so regardless of where they're located, here I can see these files. To quickly get to them, I can filter them as well by the type of files if I have a lot of them. And Favorites becomes a quick, easy way for me to get to these important files. In addition to making a file a favorite, you can also add it as a shortcut so it's easy to get back to the file. So here for this benefits file, I can right-click on it or use my three dots, and here I'll add a shortcut. Now, where do I want to put that shortcut? It could be in My Files, or I could pick another location. So I'll just drop this into My Files. And let's come back to My Files. And here is that shortcut. This would be another way for me to be able to access or open up this file. We could, of course, add other shortcuts. I personally prefer favorites, but shortcuts is another option. As you work in OneDrive, it's always helpful to keep in mind that search is available. We can simply click up in the command box and enter in the key phrase or what you're looking for, and notice that it's filtering here in My Files. So we could say all files or the whole organization, but this is what I'm looking for. And you might see the answer that you want from this list or show more results. When you no longer need a file, just as we would in the File Explorer, you can delete. So in the Northwind folder, here is this image that I'd like to delete, and I could right-click on it, I could select it, choose the toolbar to delete, multiple options. Confirm deletion, and what will happen is that will go to the recycle bin. The default is that this will hold the file for up to 90 days before permanently deleting the file. But the retention policy in your organization might be shorter. It's often 30 days. At any time, I can choose to empty the recycle bin. Another way to work with my files is to browse the files by people. And so this is similar to our shared view, but it's focusing on the individuals who have shared various files with me. And if I'm working on particular projects, perhaps I'm doing a lot of work with Patty, I can hover over her name and pin. I'll do the same thing here with Nestor and pin. So now I can quickly see all the files that they have shared. I still have access to the others as well, and I also can view these back under shared. And finally, once you start working actively with OneDrive, you may want to change the look and feel. And we can do that from our home or My Files, any one of these key locations that you're looking for the gear or settings. From here, one of the options would be to pick a different theme. Notice it's nothing dramatic. It just simply is a little bit of a different look for the interface. So don't get too excited. But if you prefer the dark mode, this is also where we can change our view. And simply select Settings again to return to the look that you want. And those are some of my favorite tips to get more out of OneDrive. This wraps up my OneDrive series. If you missed any of the earlier videos, you'll find the full playlist in the description below. For more tips, visit thesoftwarepro.com/OneDrive. And if you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more Microsoft 365 tips. Thanks for watching.